good afternoon, and welcome to Get Hired, Stay Hired, the LinkedIn Live that is here to help you to become more visible, to get the job that you want and you deserve, but also to then keep that job as well. We are live now. Please say hello in the comments. Tell us who you are, what kind of role you're looking for, where you are in the country perhaps, and also let us know what's blocking you this week. Where are you up to? Or give us an update. We were off last week. We've come back a week early. We were going to have 2 weeks off, but we just couldn't stay away. So we just can't help it. So tell us, give us an update. Where are you up to in your job seeking journey? Maybe you've been offered a role. So we're here to help executive job seekers. We are mindset and marketing. We're not about CVs and I don't know, more based things.
Yeah.
But I've learned some information this week, which might help you on that, which we'll come back to. But who are we, first of all? Sarah, who are you?
Hi, I'm very happy to be back early. So things changed and we got back sooner than we thought, which is all great. So I'm Sarah. I'm an executive coach and I help senior leaders and leadership teams develop the right level of confidence and mindset to achieve a limitless results. But one of the things I do a lot of is helping senior leaders get hired and stay hired. So I come at this, as you've already said, very much around a mindset, confidence, self-belief, removing limiting beliefs point of view, helping you spot red flags, making you feel comfortable and empowered to make the right decisions so that you find the job you want on your terms. Yeah, so I love it. Can't get enough of it. And then you, my dear friend, are the what? The queen.
What am I? What do I do? So I am a CMO, marketer. My mantra for marketing communications is visibility, credibility, and memorability. And these are the three things that you need to help you get hired and stay hired. You need to be visible to your hiring manager. You need to earn that credibility, the trust that you can do the role, you can solve the problem that they've got, and kind of keep that memorability so that you're first top of mind when that need comes in. So that's what I'm all about. I'm here to help you become visible, credible, and memorable to get hired and stay hired.
And one thing we haven't said yet is this is very much about what happens before, during, and after the interview. So we don't just focus on helping you get a yes in an interview. This is about how you show up before, during, and after to give yourself more control over the whole process. And it really does involve you having the confidence and self-belief to make it a meeting of minds. It's not what were the words you used earlier before we came online?
It's that parent-child feeling that sometimes you get when you're invited for an interview. You feel that the balance isn't right, that they are more in control than you are. And we were talking about how that's not the right.
It's not. And actually, if you start like that, you're already on the back foot. And I hear this way too often. I hear people what they've said. We talk about how they've started the interview, and I'm immediately going, you already sounded like you were in the child mode. So let's just say hello to people quickly before we kick off. So hi, Shay. I'm going for Shay. It might be Shy, but I think it's Shay. So Shay's looking for freelance PM working in retail, NHS, and various other industries. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, Sam. Am I allowed to say you've got an interview tomorrow, Sam?
Brilliant. Woo.
Very excited for you. Hi, Sandra, Head of Business Development. Thank you for joining us. We've got Said. Hello, all.
I'm leaving you in charge.
Yes, I know, this is dangerous. Shafiq said, hello, Shafiq. It's lovely to have you on board. We've never actually met, but we speak sometimes on LinkedIn, so it's nice to have you on board. Karen's in, LinkedIn user, freelance marketing project and creative manager, mainly working alongside in-house marketing, 25 years plus of experience. Ooh, that's a lot. Actually, we were talking also about something we're going to tell you in a minute, but somebody had said last week that experience is back in fashion. Now, I personally think experience was never out of fashion. It's just our brain started to tell us that we were too old, self-limiting beliefs getting in the way of our success. But yeah, what a great load of experience you've got to share with a suitable employee. And Sam just said, yes, of course I can. Hi, everyone. Too late. I did it anyway, Sam. So let us know what you are up to, what you're up to this week. What are you looking forward to? Interviews. What are you struggling with? What's getting in your way? Are you feeling energized about your job search this week? Are you feeling annoyed about something that happened last week? Anything. We're here to celebrate your success. We're here to help you. And we're also here to give you a bit of energy for this week as well. So whilst we're waiting for questions to come in, or just thoughts, or letting us know what you're up to, one of the things we want to talk about today is what can you do differently? Because when you've been doing this for a few weeks, it can start to get a little bit monotonous and we can start to lose the will to live a little. It's hard to keep motivation high. So what can you do differently, or that you're already doing, that might, just boost your visibility, or get somebody to see that you're available that might want to speak to you? Or what are you not doing yet that you've avoided? So those are my questions to the audience, but also to you, Ms. Ashworth, because this is very relevant for you, right?
It is very relevant. So if you don't know, I am also on the market looking for a new role, looking for the next perfect role. And so we had a week off last week. If you don't know, I've been delivering a festival a mile up a hill, which is my marketing work outside of professional. That's for a charity. So last week was a write-off, really, delivering this festival, very, very tired. I've come back this week. What am I going to do differently now to charge things up and bring back the energy, but also change my prospects? So there's a few things. I am thinking about LinkedIn content, making myself visible. What am I going to do differently? So rather than talking about what I do and that I'm open for work, I'm going to start sharing expertise and sharing value. So I'm going to be thinking, if you're an in-house marketer, or if you're a business that needs marketing help, what do you need to be doing now to set yourself up for 2026? So that's where I'm going content-wise.
Yeah.
And talking about this experience being back in fashion thing, I've got ideas for that as well.
Yeah.
But also networking. So if I'm going to start working as a freelancer again, as a contractor, as somebody had put a question about in the comments, how does that look different? So I'm going to start going to some events. I got an invitation to an exhibition on Wednesday in my kind of preferred sector. So I'm going to go down to Birmingham and have a day out meeting people.
Brilliant. You know what? You've got to go and look behind all sorts of doors. You never know what's behind them. You never know who you're going to meet. And you haven't got to change things up too much. It's just do something a little bit different. But I also want to hear about, I don't think there's anything you're avoiding at all, because you are incredibly confident in your competence in the right way. So tell me if I'm wrong. Is there anything you're avoiding doing? But I'd be interested to hear if other people are avoiding doing things. I know several people who are still avoiding picking up the phone or sending an email to their contacts of the past, which is such a waste. You just don't know who these people know. And if you got on well with them, they are going to help you. Right, let's just have a look and see what people are saying. I've had interviews, but feedback doesn't happen, or it's a good old plain no. If it does fly back in, yeah, it's not terribly helpful. And the problem with feedback is, one, people don't know how to give it, and two, people don't want to give it, and often they don't know what the real feedback is. It's just it just wasn't right for whatever reason. Sometimes it's down to the fact that you just haven't shown up as your best self, or you have and it just didn't match what they wanted. Either way, somehow we got to let it go and move on. But it's really, really frustrating. A friend of mine, actually, who she lives in New Zealand, she lost. She's a really senior leader in one of the big organisations in New Zealand. Lost her job, went for another job, and she got some really good feedback, which was, you were over prepared and you tried too hard, and it made us feel uncomfortable. Now, that blew her mind, because she's an ex-trainer, an ex-leadership exec coach and everything. She's like, oh my God, how did I do that? But that feedback was so helpful. But isn't it interesting how some people know exactly what it is that turned them off? I don't think many people in the UK are able to do that. Maybe it's a cultural thing, I don't know.
But why? That's interesting. Is it why? How can somebody be over prepared for an interview? I mean,
it sounded too rehearsed. Apparently, it didn't fit. It didn't sound like it was her. So there was an incongruence between who my friend is and how good she is and what she does and how she comes across. And she was putting on an act to try and fit this role because she was desperate for a new role. She was worried sick. She's the main earner. So she was really worried. So her mindset was off completely. She was like, I know, Sarah, I know. But once she got that feedback, she was like, right, okay. She went for another job. She's got it. She's fine. She has another job. All is well. Sorry.
So we've got something else we're going to mention, and there's loads more comments. We need to get to them. But I listened to Andrew McGaskill this week. So Andrew McGaskill, all throughout the pandemic, used to do a job hunting weekly call. Alistair, so there's somebody at the door. Alistair.
We're live, people.
I know we are live, and I'm expecting a delivery. Ali.
You're always expecting a delivery on these lives. What is wrong with you? Do this on the business front.
But Andrew McCaskill did a live, and I almost forgot what I was going to say. And he was saying that he'd heard that some people were kind of hiring managers are wary of hiring somebody who sounds better than them or more experienced than them, things like that. And so I think he said, if you are an exec, like people listen to this, you have to understand that if your hiring manager is perhaps younger or less experienced than you or whatever, you have to understand that there might be a discomfort there. And therefore, if you approach it in the way that you aren't looking for their job, you aren't after their role, but you are about like mentorship and learning something new and what excites you about the role in other ways, proving that you've got a growth mindset and that you're not coming from an overconfidence balance, I guess, then it's just be aware of that and make sure that
I know exactly what you mean. And actually, this is very much going back to sort of naming the elephant, blowing up the bomb. Andrew calls it. I call it naming the elephant in the room. Is when you are going to have a good meeting with someone, and this is what it is. It's a meeting. Shut up, dog. When you're going to have a meeting with somebody, and you go in with the right mindset, to build trust really fast, one of the things we need to do is to consider empathy. Empathy is one of the biggest trust builders. And empathy isn't about going in and being empathetic. It's just without thinking about it. It's about thinking around what could possibly be my blocks here. So if I'm going in and I'm 54, which I happen to be, and I know that the hiring manager I'm going to speak to is obviously way younger than me. One of the things I might want to talk about is, how do you feel? I really like working with people of all ages. How do you feel about working with someone? I mean, I've got 15 years on you or something. Would that make you feel uncomfortable? I would ask the goddamn question. Mm-hmm. Maybe I wouldn't ask it that way. I'd think about it. Yeah. But there's a way of asking the questions, and this goes back to something that happened to you last week as well.
I was going to say, asking questions. It's a bit cheeky.
Ask the hard questions, because if someone is going to be offended, as long as you've asked it right and you've thought about it, and it comes from a place of good intent, which is, I just want to check how comfortable you are with me, and I'm going to check how comfortable I am with you. If we set it up like that, you should be able to have some really open, honest conversations. And if they don't like the question, then it's not a you issue, it's a them issue. And, if we're going to go into a job where you're not allowed to ask questions that come into your mind, as long as they're asked carefully, you're probably going into the wrong job. Yeah. Right. So Sam's excited for tomorrow, making sure she's memorable for the right reasons. Go, Sam. Sam's amazing. Go and get it, Sam. Just think, Sam, maybe this is for you. Think about, why might they have question marks about you, and get your answers ready for those things. You might want to bring a couple of them up at the beginning. So if there's something obvious, that there's a gap in your CV or anything at all, you might want to say, just out of interest, it's obvious there's this here. What are your thoughts on that? Is it a big issue for you? Clearly isn't, because I've asked you for interview. But if we don't ask those questions up front, they're going to be thinking about that thing all the way through and maybe looking for excuses not to hire you. So just, did that make sense, Vanessa? What I just said? I think it did.
Yes. Okay. At the same time, I'm scanning comments. So shall we?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, go on then. So just going right back up to the top. We've got a LinkedIn user who's looking to switch from freelance to permanent as freelance work has dried up. So that's interesting, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
So it could be a tall order, but there's no reason why we can't do both. Look for both at the same time. I think we do have to kind of set up our profile a bit more carefully. Yeah.
I would see. I'm a bit on the fence with this. I think you need to choose which one you're going to do. I think you can say I'm looking for fractional roles or this sort of role, and very open to. But it's just people want to know that you want the thing that they've got. So
absolutely,
it's a fine balance. But anyway.
Yeah. So then, so you've had that one already. Excited for tomorrow. Someone's started. Shay said, I think instead of writing, I'm open for work, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually going to be brave and start posting videos.
Yes.
Explaining what you do, make it fun, witty. Also, networking is key. Going to events. Good.
Go for it, because people will start to buy you. Vanessa's brilliant at these videos, by the way. If you've not seen her in them before, go and look at Vanessa's videos. Really just talk about, just be you, because people want to know when they're going to hire you, do I know you? Do I like you? Do I trust you? And if you've already done the hard work on your videos, so if people are watching this and watching Vanessa, or for me, for future clients, and they're going, God, I hate these two, then it's never going to work in the first place. But if they really like us, we've already done a load of legwork, right?
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah, so somebody has written, the only way we're going to find our next challenge role is via introductions, networking, and being visible. I love calling people and connections. Good for you.
Go for it.
I'm typical Gen X. Are we Gen X? And I'm not good at calling people. So
yeah, just get in touch, human to human. Nothing is going to beat that. The old school ways still really work.
Waggy, hi Waggy, has said, I would say steps to get hired and steps to stay hired. We identify what to do.
So steps to go. Okay. Is that a question? Waggy, let us know if that is a question or a statement. I like the statement. If it's a question, let us know what the question is. We identify what we do.
So LinkedIn user says, I'm normally the main income earner, but this year I haven't been. My partner is self-employed and runs a cycle servicing business. Nice. This ticks along, hence why I need to find permanent roles, have stability for the income coming in. Tricky as I love freelancing and contracting. The variety of work with so many different briefs, brands and teams is what makes me tick.
Listen, if you can, go for what you love, because otherwise you will resent it. I'm assuming there's been a conversation between you and your partner that they still stay self-employed, and you do the other thing, but do what you love.
Well, you have to do what we have to do, don't we, when it comes to the crunch? So maybe a permanent role is what you need to do in the interim, just to, while you get back on the feet of freelancing, if that's what you love. But we do what we have to do.
There is no right or wrong to this. I think the most important thing is whatever you decide to do, make sure you know you've decided to do it and don't harbor a grudge against it, because otherwise then that leaks out of you in the interviews. And also, if you get through that and you haven't leaked out that in an interview, you'll probably leak it when you get into the job, because you'll be a bit like, oh, I really didn't want to do this. I've had to do it because. So get this right. If you're going to do it, suck it up. Choose to do it, go full in, and know that you can change it later in the day.
And that's it. I think just having that growth mindset, isn't it? You might absolutely love it. You might find that kind of,
who knows,
briefs, brands and teams, it sounds like you're a marketer. Even in a permanent role, you're handling different briefs, you're looking at different campaigns all the time. You're looking at different products rather than brands. You're looking at different market segments. You love it. You will love it. It's just a different thing. And working with a team, getting to know a team, bringing out the best in your team is brilliant. It's really inspiring. So you will love it.
You'll learn something, that's for sure. And actually, if you can go in with that growth mindset and think, right, I'm going to go into this to learn something that will help me be even better when I get to do the thing that I really wanted to do. And maybe you won't. Maybe you'll stick to it and go, oh my God, this is amazing. Why didn't I want to do this before? So yes, good stuff. Good luck.
Yeah, so Saeed does interviews daily with potential clients without much anxiety, but he has a major interview next week with a media channel in Saudi Arabia that he really wants to land. Suddenly he's got fear, so this is Sarah's job, which he hasn't felt in years. Why do the high stakes, there's the dog, feeling higher trigger self-doubt? How do I manage that nervousness when I genuinely need this client?
I'm all yours. Okay, so it's really normal, a really normal innate response when something really matters and you really want it, for your brain to start going, you're not going to get it, you're not going to be good enough, or whatever it is you're telling yourself. So the first thing I want you to do is know it's perfectly normal. The second thing is, great news, is something you can do about it. Along with breathing, and I don't just mean normal breathing, as in like box breathing, meditational breathing. So in, hold it, and breathe out for longer. So you can do that 3 or 4 times. And then what I want you to start to do is start to notice what you're thinking about this. What you're feeling is an anxiety. So where's the feeling? Is it here? Is it in your stomach? Do you feel it in your throat? Does it make your head hurt? Notice the feeling, and also notice what you are thinking. All right. So you may be thinking, I'm going to make a guess here, is, oh my God, I've got to get this. This is going to be the thing, or I'm going to mess this up. Whatever you're thinking and feeling when you're in a high stress state is really unhelpful, because it makes you less effective. It makes your brain muddy. You can't think straight. You can't answer questions. And guess what? You do exactly what your brain's telling you to do, which is mess it up. So there is something called the state triangle, all right, which is, you can look it up if you want to, or I can send you some information on it. Actually, look it up, because what I've got is just, it'll be too muddy for this. But what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you are doing are all intrinsically linked. So what you need to do whilst you're breathing is start to think something else, feel something else, and do something else. So if your thinking is, oh my God, I'm not going to get this, we need to switch that up for a positive, which is, I'm really looking forward to this. That's the feeling. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to get this. Or this is going to be a great conversation. And then you will start doing things that are more positive and alike, because you can't think good stuff, feel good stuff, and not do good stuff. It just doesn't work, because that's how our brain works. So breathe, challenge the narrative, figure out what the narrative is, and challenge it and put it on repeat. And I want you to practice it at least 3 or 4 times a day. So your new mantra might be, I'm excited. This is going to go great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm prepared, right? Every time you start to think the other thing, switch it up to a thinking, feeling, and doing thing that is positive, that your brain will also listen to, because, God, I'm wanging on, but because
This is really good stuff. It's important.
Your brain can only listen to one story at a time. And what you're doing is you're allowing the fear story to take over. I'm not going to go into why that happens right now, because that's a whole other story. But you can catch it, interrupt it, say, no, thank you, mind. I'm going to think, feel, and do this instead. Practice, practice, practice. New beliefs will occur that I've got this. And when you turn up to that interview, you will be in a better state if you practice it over and over again.
Brilliant. Really good. Really, proper advice. But again, as we said at the beginning, it's all about that balance as well. You're going to an interview, but you're interviewing them as well.
Yes.
Remember that they need you. That's why they're seeing you, because you're the skilled person that has the solution to their problem. So it is yours to lose. It is not yours to try and win. It's yours to lose, because they need you, which is why they're talking to you. So
this actually leads into, then, doesn't it, the mantra side of things, which is they need me.
Yeah.
Or they need me. That's part of it. Is, I've got this. I'm excited. They need me.
They need you.
Or I add loads of value. I'm brilliant. I'm bright and brilliant.
So switch off the interview and switch up the meeting.
Thanks.
It is the meeting about how you can help them.
Yeah.
And you've done it before, and you've solved this problem for other people. They need you. So
go in with a big smile on your face, because listen, I know there's going to be cultural things as well. I'm thinking about this in Saudi Arabia. So there may be some cultural aspects you need to consider on how they expect interviews to go. But it doesn't mean you have to be the lesser person. You can be an emotionally intelligent, perfectly levelly confident person. Right? It's not too much, not too little. And you will be a magnet to them. They want to feel safe with you. They want to feel that you know what they need and that you can do it for them. So just help them see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how you get on.
Yes, another person with some excitement to share is Malcolm. He says he's been supporting an unwell relative.
Oh, not yay. Sorry.
Good news. Phone interview with a recruiter at 5 p.m. today.
Good. And remember, Malcolm, you're taking Vanessa out to the Ivy.
Oh, yes. So you better get this.
With your family. Good luck. Let's know how you get on. And actually think, Malcolm, what do you want to get out of it? Why are you having this meeting with the recruiter? You've probably already thought of this. I'm probably teaching you to suck eggs, but some people might be having phone calls. They haven't thought about this. Why are you having this meeting? What do you want out of it? What are you going to ask them? How do you want to show it? What do you want them to do for you? Okay.
His mind has been elsewhere, unfortunately. He's been looking after a relative who has been unwell. So he's not been thinking about the appointment, which is good. It means you're not being nervous. And you're coordinating your daughter and yourself around helping, which is really sweet. But just make sure that you've got that confidence in yourself that you can ask good questions and be the problem solver for what they need.
One of the things that I'm going to share with you, actually, with you all, it's not even Christmas and I'm just giving it away. But
just what you were going to say that Christmas.
For every meeting you ever do, and that includes interviews because they are meetings of minds, right, is make sure you have a clear objective. Make sure you know what the plan of that meeting is. All right. So what do you want to be asking them? What do you want to be sharing with them? What do you want to be showing? What do you want to be talking about? And make sure you know what you want to happen as a result of this meeting. So I would be I have talked to my clients about this and they have done it. They go in with a really, really looking forward to talking to you today about this. I understand we've got about an hour or so to talk, or maybe it's half an hour. I'd love to hear what you want to get out of it, but these are the things I'd like to share with you today. What's your stuff? And as a result of this, I'd really like to know at the end of it, as a result of this, you will know whether it's going to work or not. Set it up. Now, there are some interviewers that are what we call classic red dominants who will just talk over you and go, right, no, we're not doing that. Just get on with it. So don't fight them. But if you can get that in and show up as the leader that you want to be, you are taking control, but you're not being controlling. You're immediately calming everybody down, because a lot of these people that are interviewing you haven't got a freaking clue how to interview. And I have a classic example of this. I actually listened into this the other day. And the interviewer said, this is for a senior level role. The interviewer said, he's had this person's CV, right? He said, so tell me about yourself. Can I swear? What a fucking stupid question. Tell me, do you really want to know about me and my life? No, of course you don't. What you want to know is something specific about me that's going to fit into this role. So don't do what this person did and panic and go, oh, well, this is me. Blah, 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 blah. I could go into more detail, because they've already got your CV. That is crap interviewing. Find out specifically what they want to know that's going to help them understand whether you're suitable for this role and help you understand whether you're a good fit for them, and vice versa. I've stopped harping on. I'm feisty today.
You are.
I'm on one.
Right. Okay. Let's have a look at this one then. So LinkedIn user asks, what's your view on ageism being the biggest barrier to getting a look in on roles? He or she is 56. I'm proud of it. Vanessa, you guessed that I'm a marketeer from my comments before, looking to switch from freelance to permanent. I know deep down it's not going to be easy to find the ideal role. The culture of a business is really important to me, and of course, purpose. So
the question is, what's your view on ageism being the biggest barrier? Here's mine. It's your barrier, not theirs. It may be a barrier for them. Sorry, that sounded really rude. I'm saying you're saying it's a barrier. You're asking it's a barrier. But if we start to think that it's a barrier, we leak that out and it starts to become an issue. They might already be thinking, oh, you're 56, I'm 54, and I think I am the best I've ever been, because I've got more knowledge now than I've ever had. I'm more helpful and more valuable than I've ever been. How do you say that and get that across without it sounding like don't worry that I'm 56?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And as we said before, experience is back in fashion.
Yeah.
And I think
ageism isn't back in fashion.
Experience is back in fashion. And what we have to think is this huge macroeconomic uncertainty. There's division all over the world, and politics is all a mess, and the budgets, we don't know what's going to happen. The benefit of those of us who are a little bit more senior is we've lived through all that. We've experienced that. We've ridden those waves before. We've solved problems because of that, and we've flourished, and our companies have flourished. We've learned so much, and we've got so much experience and expertise to help companies get over that now. But yeah, we have to lean into our experience and expertise. We've experienced so many big problems before. We aren't going to panic about them now. We've got a level head. We can say, okay, this is how we're going to deal with this. We're not going to panic and make brash decisions. We're going to be calm, and we're going to solve them, and we're going to keep everyone together while we do it. There's a lot of positivity that comes with age. There is, and I think going forward, with these unsettled economic times, companies are going to need steady hands to guide those ships.
I absolutely love everything you just said then. Absolutely love it. What a brilliant way to put it across. And the thing is, most of us at 54, 56 are going to be working for at least another 15 odd years, if we want to, maybe even 20. My dad's 82 and he's still running a business. So I just don't see age as a thing. I see age as a real benefit. And if you feel that way, everything you do will leak that isn't it great that I can add so much value, and let's explore how this value can be valuable to you.
I see it as it's my job. I mean, in the last job, the team that I was leading were much younger than me. It was a very young team, and that inexperience showed. And it was my job then to kind of get them up to speed and to kind of give them the benefit of my experience, to kind of bring them on much quicker than they would normally have done. And that's what we bring to all companies, isn't it? It's that coaching, that mentorship.
Absolutely.
To build teams up to be, really value delivering, driven, active teams.
I'm really sorry, mine are going off now.
Yeah.
We've got one dog being delivered and the other two are going crackers.
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
No, it's okay. So let's crack on. We've got some more comments. So Malcolm's got a plan. The job advert is quite short. He will put his calm personality forward and his ability to think on his feet. Sounds good. I have to admit, seeing Sarah when she gets feisty is worth tuning in. Excellent.
Why do you think my clients keep coming back to me?
There you go. Aging is beautiful, says Waggy. This is the wisdom you carry. 72. We'd never have thought that. As life goes, a new me is there. I don't know what that means.
With you all over that.
Sam says, well, thank you so much for your thoughts and guidance. I need to jump. Good luck, but it's been really helpful.
Let me know how you get on, please, Sam.
Malcolm is also a young and feisty 56, and he knows he could manage a situation without turning a hair. There you go. He's handled a number of major phone conversations in the last 4 days with clarity and confidence with the emergency services in a travel company. See, we don't panic.
So valuable, this ability not to get flustered.
Yeah,
you've seen it, right?
Yeah. So there you go.
I hope your relative gets better soon, Malcolm. I really do. Yeah. So yeah, let's not be afraid to ask the questions in a way that is emotionally intelligent and appropriate for the situation. Let's think about. Oh God! Can you get the dogs out, please? Sorry. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Let's think about let's not worry about asking the things, because if the red flags for me is when you feel you can't ask, or when you are admonished for asking a question like you were last week.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to share about that quickly. But
yeah, why not? So I'd applied for a role. It's the title was below where I normally would apply, but it was for a big company and it was in the industrial space, which I've got a lot of experience in. So it was a global industrial company, manufacturing space, my sweet spot. So even though it was a level below, it was for a big company, I thought, you know what, I'll throw my hat into the ring. Let's just see. I'm open to a conversation. Let's see. 2 weeks after applying, I saw somebody had been on my profile. I got an invitation to an interview this morning. When the invitation came through, the role title had changed. So that threw up a question, but I already had a question because it was a level title below where I normally go. So I accepted the interview, but I wrote back and I said, thank you for the invitation. Can I just ask, don't want to waste anyone's time. I saw the title had changed. Can I check with you what the salary range is for this role? I didn't get a response. That was kind of late afternoon. In the morning, I just got the interview had been cancelled. No email, no explanation, just cancelled. So I wrote back to the person, dear person, I see the interview has been cancelled. Is that correct? I thought, I'm not going to lead with anything. I know it's because I've asked this question, but is this correct? The person came back with quite a long email, which basically said, we believe in transparency, but you're not allowed to ask that question. So we're going to carry on with other candidates.
And the irony.
Yeah.
Was it that ridiculous?
Yes.
We're transparent, but you're not allowed to ask the question.
Yeah, wow. And you can see it. So I posted it was it on Friday?
No, I think it was Thursday, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, Friday. So go back and have a look at it. But you can see that person's email. I've not named them. I've not named the company. I wouldn't do that. And you can see my response, which says that there's a lack of transparency and integrity here. Have a good weekend, kind of thing. So I thought, I'm going to post it. I'm going to use it as content because it's really appalling behaviour and how rude. So I posted about it, and I knew exactly why I was posting about it because I knew it would create some noise. I was then going to send the link to the post to the chief people officer, the chief marketing officer, and anyone else really, and the UK CEO, and say, are these the values that is this your kind of brand value in action? Because I don't think it is, but I can help you with employee branding if you want to chat. I'll go in as fractional and help sort that out. So that's what I did.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And you did get a response as well, didn't you, saying, and this is absolutely not.
Yeah, so the marketing director got back to me and said, this does not uphold our brand values. Let me investigate and I'll come back to you. I don't think it's going to turn into a fractional opportunity. I'm sure
an interesting way to start a job, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And I didn't want to get this person in trouble. It was horrible behavior, but maybe that person was just having a really bad day. We all have off days, so.
I don't even think it's horrible behavior. I just think it's really stupid behavior.
It's really stupid, isn't it? You can't ask that question.
However, it will come from the environment that they're in, or the person, wherever that person is working, the environment that they're in, what they believe they're allowed to do. And that have been told somewhere that if anyone asks about it, then we don't share that sort of stuff, which is ridiculous. So let's just, I know, OMG, right? What I love about this, though, is your feistiness, the way you've used it, the way you've gone back. And I know, we had a conversation about, should I take it down? And I really think that what you've done is you've hit a red flag straight away, which if you hadn't have asked, you'd have then hit later down the line after you'd wasted time. Or worse still, they'd have hoodwinked you into the job, and then you'd be back in this position in a not very long time. So do look out for those red flags. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. And if you can be a bit more Vanessa Ashworth about it.
Again, it's that parent-child thing, isn't it? It was, they were putting me into a position of being a child. You're not allowed to ask those questions. And I'm sorry, but this is a meeting of equals. Yeah. But I'm not going to spend the weekend when I could be with the dog and my child, doing stuff at half term. I don't want to cut that weekend short because I'm preparing and researching a job. If when we meet, it's a no-brainer and it's a no-go from the start. I'm not. So there's got to be that respect of my time as well as theirs.
Exactly. And if they don't respect it in an interview, I'm not going to swear again.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
My fingers wanted to do something, but no. Yeah. So anyway, well, there we go. Wasn't it nice to come back? Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. Good luck to those who've got interviews this week, next week. Remember to breathe, manage your mind, think about the things you want to happen, not that you don't want to happen.
Saeed needs to get in touch with Waggy about Saudi experience. Very kind. I love this community.
And then this is it. I mean, we're here to to help as much as we can, but the community is really strong as well. So join the community. We'll be back next week. If you liked what you've heard today, share it so other people know that are in your community that are looking. But yeah, come back to us next week. Tell us how you got on. Any questions you've got, any blocks, we're here for you. Have an awesome week. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you. Goodbye.